Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, who should I live with after 70? Because the answer to that single question can shape the rest of your life. For some older adults, the right choice brings companionship, safety, and dignity. A life where you feel valued and supported every single day. But for others, the wrong choice quietly leads to stress, loneliness, or even losing the very independence they worked so hard to keep. I want you to meet George Miller, a 76-year-old retired banker from Ohio. George once told me, "It's not just about where you live, it's about who you share your life with." And he was right. Living arrangements can mean the difference between thriving in your golden years or slowly fading away. That's why in this video, we'll explore the 5 best types of people to live with after 70. This advice comes directly from the wisdom of elders who've walked this path, backed by research and the experiences of caregivers who see the patterns every day. And here's the promise. The final option on this list is the one most people overlook, yet it can make the biggest difference for your health, your independence, and your peace of mind. Stay with me, because this could change how you see the years ahead. The first option many people consider after 70 is living with an adult child. This can be one of the most comforting and secure choices, offering family closeness along with daily support. But here's the key. It only works well when there is mutual respect and preservation of independence. Take 2 very different stories. Margaret Wilson, age 79, from Texas, decided to move in with her daughter. Her daughter not only welcomed her with open arms, but also created a private space just for her. Margaret joined family meals and laughter, but she also had quiet time whenever she needed it. This balance allowed her to feel safe, loved, and still in control of her life. Over time, her health and happiness improved significantly. Now compare that to Helen Parker, also 79. She moved in with her son, who meant well, but often treated her more like a patient than a parent. He made decisions for her without asking, criticized her choices, and left her feeling dependent and small. Instead of thriving, Helen became withdrawn, unhappy, and less engaged with life. The lesson is clear. Living with an adult child can either be a blessing or a burden. The difference lies in clear expectations about finances, daily routines, and personal boundaries. Families who talk openly about these issues tend to thrive, while those who avoid the conversations often struggle with misunderstandings and resentment. And remember, this arrangement benefits both sides. Parents gain safety, companionship, and peace of mind. Children feel reassured, knowing their loved one is close and supported. It's a two-way relationship, built on love and respect, where everyone wins. The second option many people consider after 70 is living with a spouse or a longtime partner. This isn't just about romance. It's about sharing your days with someone who truly understands your rhythms, your health needs, and the ups and downs of life in a way no one else can. Research consistently shows that older couples who live together enjoy better emotional health, lower stress, and even greater physical resilience. Why? Because they're not facing the challenges of aging alone. They're walking the path side by side. Take the example of Robert and Eleanor Davis, both 74 from Minnesota. Married for more than 50 years, they've built a life around small daily rituals, sharing meals, reminding each other about medications, and laughing together over simple joys. These moments may look ordinary, but they create a powerful safety net of love and stability. Robert says he feels stronger and sharper simply because Eleanor is by his side. Now compare that with Franklin Harris, also 74, a widower living alone. At first, solitude felt manageable. But over time, irregular meals, long, quiet days, and the absence of companionship began to take their toll. His loneliness slowly eroded his health and sense of purpose. Living with a partner after 70 means more than comfort. It means early detection of health issues. Someone notices when your balance is off, when your appetite changes, or when you seem more tired than usual. It means immediate help during emergencies and constant encouragement when life feels heavy. Of course, even long-term couples can face challenges: financial stress, differences in routines, or clashing habits after retirement. But those who set clear agreements about responsibilities, money, and personal space often find that their bond grows even stronger. And if you don't currently have a spouse or long-time partner, there are still paths forward. Many seniors are finding meaningful companionship through senior dating communities, local social clubs, or even rekindling friendships from earlier in life. The lesson here is simple. Companionship at this stage is not about dependency. It's about shared strength, protection, and the joy of knowing someone truly sees you. But here's the surprising part. Not everyone over 70 chooses family or a partner. Some people find a totally different path, one that most overlook, and it changes everything about how they age. Let's talk about it next. The third option is one that many people overlook, but it can be surprisingly powerful. Living with a trusted friend or peer roommate. Not everyone wants to live with family, and not everyone has a spouse or partner by their side. For some, sharing a home with a like-minded friend brings both companionship and freedom. Take the story of Robert Miller, age 72, from Ohio. Robert decided to share his home with his longtime friend. They split expenses, took turns handling household chores, and enjoyed daily conversations that kept them both mentally sharp. The simple act of having someone there to share meals and laughter with gave Robert a sense of connection that money can't buy. Now contrast that with Henry Thompson, also 72. Henry chose to live alone, thinking he would enjoy the peace and independence. But over time, solitude turned into loneliness. Doctor's appointments felt overwhelming to manage alone, and even small household repairs became heavy burdens. His days grew quieter, but also harder. The difference is clear. Living with a peer doesn't just ease financial pressure. It brings social interaction, accountability, and the comfort of knowing someone is nearby in case of emergencies. Studies show that seniors who live with friends or roommates are more likely to maintain healthy routines, prepare balanced meals, and stay socially engaged compared to those living alone. Of course, success depends on clear agreements. Setting boundaries about bills, chores, quiet times, and personal space. When done right, this arrangement doesn't take away your independence. It actually strengthens it. More and more older adults are choosing this path, not out of necessity, but out of wisdom. They recognize that companionship and laughter shared daily can be just as vital to longevity as exercise or nutrition. So ask yourself, do you have a friend who shares your values, your pace of life, and your respect for privacy? If so, living together may not only protect your health, but also enrich your golden years with joy and connection. The fourth option is one of the most time-honored traditions across cultures. Living in a multi-generational household where parents, children, and even grandchildren share the same roof. For some, it may sound a little crowded, but for many elders it brings renewed energy, daily purpose, and a deep sense of belonging that's hard to find elsewhere. Take Evelyn Johnson, age 76, from Colorado. She lives with her daughter's family. Evelyn has her own quiet room for privacy, but she also shares in the joy of family dinners, the laughter of her grandkids, and the small, meaningful tasks that make her feel useful each day. This balance gives her both independence and connection, reminding her she is still an essential part of the family story. Now contrast her experience with Martha Lewis, also 76. Martha lives alone in a quiet apartment. Her family visits once in a while, but most days are spent in silence. She misses the sound of children running around, the warmth of shared meals, and the sense of being needed. Over time, the isolation left her feeling forgotten, and her health began to decline. The difference is striking. Research shows that multi-generational households don't just strengthen the elder, they strengthen the entire family. Children grow up with role models and traditions passed down firsthand. Parents feel supported in raising their kids, and older adults benefit from the daily activity that keeps their minds sharper and their spirits lighter. Of course, balance is key. Elders need their own space for rest and privacy, while families must agree on boundaries to prevent anyone from feeling overwhelmed. Done right, this arrangement can reduce financial stress, improve emotional support, and transform aging from a solitary journey into a shared family adventure. So ask yourself, would living with your children and grandchildren bring you the joy of connection, while still giving you the peace you need? With the right agreements and respect, multi-generational living can be one of the most fulfilling choices for your golden years.
And now we've reached the final option, the one hardly anyone talks about. Yet for many, this becomes the smartest, safest, and most life-changing decision of all. The fifth option may not be the first one people think about, but for many it becomes the wisest choice: living with a trusted caregiver or companion. And let's be clear, this does not mean giving up your independence. In fact, when chosen carefully, it ensures your safety, dignity, and stability, while allowing you to keep living life on your own terms. Take the story of James Anderson, age 82, from Florida. James realized that daily tasks like cooking, managing medications, and bathing were becoming harder. Instead of waiting for a crisis, he made a proactive choice. He hired a vetted live-in caregiver. The arrangement gave him peace of mind. He stayed in the comfort of his home, continued to enjoy visits from friends, and felt reassured, knowing help was always nearby. His caregiver wasn't there to take over his life, but to support him in keeping control of it. Now compare that with Frank Miller, also 82. Frank tried to manage everything alone. At first he managed, but over time, small mistakes piled up. He sometimes skipped pills, forgot meals, and one evening, a minor fall left him shaken and weak. Without anyone living with him, recovery was slow and lonely. What began as independence soon became vulnerability. The difference between James and Frank is striking. Having a caregiver or companion can prevent emergencies before they happen, ease the stress placed on family members, and allow you to focus on enjoying your days, rather than worrying about what-ifs. Of course, trust is everything. A caregiver should be carefully chosen, with references checked, boundaries discussed, and financial safeguards in place. Today, there are many options, from licensed professionals to companions who share daily life while offering gentle support. So ask yourself, do you feel fully safe managing your daily needs alone? Or would having a reliable companion give you the freedom to relax, knowing that you're supported? For many, this step is not about losing independence.
It's about protecting it and aging with dignity, surrounded by steady hands and kind presence. When you reach your 70s and beyond, one of the most powerful choices you'll ever make isn't about money or even medicine. It's about who you share your life with. Because the people under your roof shape not only your health and safety, but also your independence and dignity. Over the course of this video, we've explored 5 paths: an adult child who respects your independence, a supportive spouse or longtime partner, a like-minded friend or peer roommate, a multi-generational household full of energy and tradition, or a trusted caregiver or companion who ensures stability and peace of mind. The truth is, there isn't one perfect answer. What matters most is finding the arrangement that matches your personal values. Maybe you long for daily companionship. Maybe you need medical support close at hand. Or maybe what you crave is the laughter of children in your home, or simply the steady rhythm of a partner's presence. Remember this: longevity isn't just about adding more years to your life. It's about adding more life to your years. The right living arrangement can protect your health, give you confidence, and allow you to continue offering wisdom and joy to those around you. So here's my challenge for you. Take a moment today to reflect on your own life. Ask yourself, who would you want by your side in the years to come? What choice would give you the most peace of mind and the freedom to live fully? And now, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below and tell us, which option would you choose for yourself? Your experiences might inspire someone else who's struggling with this very decision. If you found this video valuable, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone you want to see reach 100 right alongside you. Together, we can remind the world that aging isn't about giving up freedom. It's about choosing the path that keeps your spirit strong.